Hello from Catalina Acres. So today I've got Gabriel with me.
Hello.
Hello. And I'm going to ask Gabriel a couple of questions. Today's topic is going to be, what do you need to start your very own rabbitry? So tell us, what do you think is a good start on a rabbitry?
Finding a rabbit.
Okay, you want to find a rabbit. Where can we find rabbits?
From an experienced breeder, not just your breeder that you can find at First Mondays. You have to look for a breeder that is experienced and has good rabbits.
I'll second that to say that you want to find a breeder that you can go to for or with questions. And you can't find a rabbit at First Mondays. First Mondays is our local flea market, and there are a lot of vendors there with chickens and other animals. And the reason why we wouldn't recommend them is because you can't go back to them and they're not going to answer all your questions. And if you find a reputable breeder, someone that you trust, that can answer some of your questions along the way, it's probably a better option, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else?
You need to find a cage for the rabbit, or like a kennel or something to put the rabbit in, so that way it doesn't poop, pee, or eat your car.
Good point. So we like to keep our rabbits in hanging wire cages, our breeders anyway, and we choose cages that are 18 to 24 inches deep so that you can reach in and actually be able to grab your rabbit when you need to for either breeding or grooming purposes. And we like them to be 30 to 36 inches wide so that the rabbit has plenty of room. Ours are kept in cages, our breeders specifically, so I like to keep them in wide cages, about 3 feet wide and 2 feet deep. Our cages are about 18 inches tall, and they don't need to be any taller than that because they just don't need to be. So you bring home your rabbits and you have a doe and a buck. A doe is a female and a buck is a male. Can you keep them together?
No, but it really just depends on the age.
So when wouldn't you want to keep them together anymore?
When they're adults.
We kind of talked about that yesterday. How old is considered too old to stay together?
2 weeks?
Negative, illustrator.
3 months.
3 months, that's right. So at 12 weeks, you need to make sure that your rabbits are separated because they are able to breed at that point. Now, side note, you can start exposing your does as early as 3 months. Now I'm talking specifically about TAMUK Composites. They're bred to be fertile and good mothers, and our breeder that we got them from starts exposing them at 3 months. So it's a practice that we've started too. Sometimes they're ready, sometimes they're not. But if you don't plan on breeding them, then you need to separate them by 12 weeks. They can no longer be together. A doe and a buck will need their own cage. I don't have any personal experience raising in a colony, so I can't tell you about that. I do know that does are more territorial than bucks.
And if you keep them together for too long, the
They
female
can
castrate the buck.
Yeah, true. It can happen, and we haven't had it happen yet, but we're not talking about breeding just yet. We're just talking about how can you get started with your own rabbitry. So what do you need to have in your rabbit cage, Gabriel?
You need bowls for feed, water. You also can get them like a hay bowl to put their hay in, and that'll keep them entertained as well.
So do they need hay?
No, but it's good for them, and they enjoy it.
They do enjoy it. So they need a bowl for water and a bowl for what?
Food.
And what do you feed them? Pellets. We feed a complete pellet from the local feed store. It's a 16% protein alfalfa-based pellet, and giving them a complete pellet does not require that you add any hay. They do like it though, so we offer it to them. What's another entertainment option that we talked about? When we first got our rabbits, what did Miss PJ tell you that you could use?
Pine cones.
Pine cones. They love to chew pine cones. What else can we give them to chew on?
Pine wood.
Yep, untreated pine blocks. Rabbits do like to chew, so giving them an untreated pine block, pine cones, will keep them busy and satisfy that need to chew. So we've got water, we've got a cage, we've got food, we've got some entertainment. We've talked about the cage size. Is there anything else that we should know about?
If you're bringing a male and a female home together in a cage, one side note is that occasionally they will be dead, bred, or castrated.
If you keep them together when they are too old, right?
Yep.
So baby bunnies are probably not going to do this at 8 weeks at weaning, but if you're bringing home adult breeding age rabbits, I would not put them in the same carrier on the way home. Does can become aggressive with a buck if she's not interested or she's just not ready. She can become aggressive and decide that he's no longer going to be able to breed with her or anybody else. All right, anything else you want to add, Gordo?
No.
Okay, well, Gabriel is our son, obviously. He homeschools, and his biggest responsibility on our homestead is taking care of the rabbits. He is out there 3, 4, 5 times a day, checking on them, making sure that everyone has water and food, and he gets to keep part of the proceeds from every sale that we make for our buns. So that's all I've got today. Thank you for watching. Please like
And subscribe and share
share.
maybe comment.
Leave any comments or questions that you might have below, and we'll be sure to get back to you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.